How we make decisions. Given that we are all different and that each of us has our own way of functioning, decision-making is not universal and unique to everyone in the same way. Depending on who we are as individuals and decisions we make differently. And the decision-making methods can be intuitive. Decisions made intuitively are those based on past experience and situations that were similar to the current one. Decisions made in this way follow certain patterns that have proven successful in the past. Logically, when making such a decision, all the arguments that speak in favor of or against the decision that is on the horizon are considered. On this occasion, data is broken down and compared with personal affinities. By double thinking, in independent decision-making, where we are aware of the options in front of us, we include previous experiences as well as the analysis of possible consequences. We collect the necessary data and after some time make a decision that we consider correct. It is important not to procrastinate too much because it can also reflect negatively on us. By testing possible options, we decide on one option that we have previously tested in practice. In this way, we gain insight into the possible consequences of decision-making. This is a useful way of making decisions, but often we are unable to test the choices or do not have enough time to do so. Stages of decision-making. If we want to make a decision with quality, we must first think about whether there is really a need for it and be aware of the time limit that exists when making a decision. The decision-making and decision-making process should include the following stages. 1. Identification of the problem. Before making any decision, there should be a clearly defined problem situation. Therefore, the problem should be clearly stated as well as all its aspects, which are its causes and consequences. 2. Defining goals, precise determination of what we want to achieve, i.e., what is our goal for the future? 3. Making a preliminary decision and generating a list of possible solutions, making potential solutions and possibilities for solving a dilemma or problem. We should think about all the options before us, what can be done. 4. Assessment of possible solutions, reasoned assessment of which solution would be good or bad for us. 5. Choosing a solution. When we summarize the results, the decision that is the best for us will be crystallized and then the best solution will be chosen. 6. Implementation of the decision in practice, undertaking a series of actions that would put our decision into action and persistence in the implementation process. 7. Monitoring the execution of the decision. If the results are not measurable on the spot, we should monitor how we progress in implementing the decision, choose the way we can do it. Obstacles in decision-making. Making a decision is not easy. The consequences we face after a decision is made do not always have to be positive, and the fear of consequences can be justified. Preoccupation with the present, for example, can significantly hamper our thinking about the future. Each of us carries a certain potential to sabotage the making of a decision. Factors that can stand in the way of our decision are the following. Personal characteristics, personality traits such as insecurity, lack of motivation, indecisiveness, etc. They can sabotage us when we need to make a decision. Lack of information. If we have no options or choices, there is no room for making a decision because it often implies the elimination of some possible solutions. If we do not have information on the basis of which we could make a decision, most often we will not make it. Prejudices about the new situation in which we may find ourselves after a decision has been made: it's bad for me, I won't manage, etc. Because, if we predestine doom as a result of a new decision, we will not make such a decision. External pressures, factors that pressure us not to make a decision or, on the contrary, to make one that is not necessarily good for us. Styles to avoid. Impulsive, making a decision in a second, when analytical thinking is almost excluded. Fatalistic, indecisiveness, surrendering to the course of things and the circumstances we encounter. Imitating, when in the decision-making process we rely on other people's choices, regardless of whether they suit us or not. Procrastination, postponing a decision until the last moment when we are most often forced to make a choice. Ignoring the need to make a decision will also force us into a decision that, if made in time, would not have bad consequences. Styles to avoid. Impulsive, making a decision in a second, when analytical thinking is almost excluded. Fatalistic, indecisiveness, surrendering to the course of things and the circumstances we encounter. Imitating, when in the decision-making process we rely on other people's choices, regardless of whether they suit us or not. Procrastination, postponing a decision until the last moment when we are most often forced to make a choice. Ignoring the need to make a decision will also force us into a decision that, if made in time, would not have bad consequences. Such decisions are not always easy to make, and that is why you consult your long-term goals and the choice will be easier for you. Tip number 1. Make decisions from the right state. Have you ever noticed that when you feel good, you make good decisions more easily? And when you feel bad, do you seem to make bad decisions? And when you feel bad, do you seem to make bad decisions?